Sorry, what's that? Easter's over? Yeah, it might be, but the story doesn't stop there. We're going to carry on by reading just 7 verses from John chapter 20. So here we go.
John 20, verses 24 to 31. Now Thomas, also known as Didymus, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands, and put my finger where the nails were, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." Then Jesus told him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." Jesus performed many other signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not recorded in this book. But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name.
I find this part of the Bible really, really interesting. Thomas, one of Jesus' disciples, he's been there like the whole time, but he wasn't there when Jesus came to the disciples after he'd risen from the dead. So all Thomas has to go off is the word of his friends and his family members who said, I've seen Jesus. He's back from the dead. He turned up last night. Where were you? We all saw him. We spoke to him. We ate with him. He's back. Jesus is alive. Thomas goes, yeah, maybe. But actually, until I see him, until I can touch his hands and his side, I watched him die. Till I see him rise, I'm not believing any of it. Maybe you're a Thomas. Maybe you'd say, well, if Jesus actually proved he was alive, maybe. Jesus did a miracle, maybe. Jesus came to earth, maybe. And yet, maybe you're in the same position as Thomas. People you trust are saying, I know Jesus. I've met him. I've spoken to him. He is alive. The big question for Thomas, and maybe the big question for you as well, is what are you going to do with that? In the passage, Jesus says, do not disbelieve, believe. It's one thing for Jesus to say it. Maybe it's another thing for you to do it. Actually, as a Christian, I believe that when we honestly want to get to know Jesus, like properly in our hearts, not just, in order to get to heaven or to be a better person or whatever, but when we actually understand who Jesus is, when we read the Bible, when he comes alive to us through the pages, when we really want to know Jesus, I believe he meets us in that and he lets us know him. So I just wanted to give you the opportunity. I wanted to share with you about some of our children and youth groups, about what we as a church do, so that actually if you've been following the Easter story through the videos last week, what you've done is you've heard the gospel, you've heard the good news about Jesus. This is the Christian message. And maybe you want to find out more. Maybe you want to get to know Jesus better and to see if he speaks to you. Maybe what we've said about Jesus taking your mess and making you part of his family, maybe that sounds like the most attractive thing you've ever heard. Because that's what it is for me. Please get in touch. These videos have gone out on our Instagram, Leyland Youth, on our Facebook page. They've probably gone out on our YouTube channel as well. And you can get in touch with church by any of those means. You can contact the church office. Email churchoffice@standrewsleyland.org.uk. All the info is going to be below. Get in touch with one of our social media accounts. Come along to one of our children and youth groups. You can find the details on there. If you think Jesus is speaking to you, don't ignore him. Don't turn this video off. Don't leave your internet browser or whatever it is you're watching this video on without hitting up St Andrews Leyland and getting in touch, finding out what we do for you. If you're a child, sorry, we've got some children's groups, especially in you. If you're a teenager, we've got Access and we've got Stay that I help run. We'd love to see you come along, and we want to help you find out more about Jesus. What is truth? Who is Jesus? Some of the big questions we've looked at this week. Come along, find out more. Don't just be a Thomas. Come and find out more. Thanks for taking part in these videos, and I really hope we see you soon. God bless.